Hello friends, the 597 days of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. According to the General Staff, more than 20 attacks were repelled in the area of Avdiivka, Lastuchkine, Tonenke, Pervomaiske and Nevelske. I note that Lastuchkine is located on the main road along which the Avdiivka garrison is supplied. That is, judging by the General Staff, the Russians are trying to break through not far from this village. The Ukrainian military telegram channel Deep State, analyzing the previous day, announces active attacks south of Avdiivka in the direction of Pervomaiske, but write that the enemy attacks have been repulsed. A more difficult situation, according to the telegram channel, is on the northern flank, where the Russians are advancing in the Krasnogorivka area and are advancing. Periodically, the enemy reaches the railway, but is not allowed to gain a foothold, writes Deep State. He also denies that the Russians occupied the Avdiivka West Heap, saying that they were repulsed there. Since Wednesday, Russian military bloggers have claimed that the West Heap has been captured. My friends, the robot will continue.
80% of all shelling in the Tavria direction over the past 24 hours occurred in the areas of Avdiivka and Maryanka, said Stupin, spokesman for the press center for this direction. In the zone of responsibility of the Operational Strategic Group of Troops Tavria, in particular in the Avdiivka direction, the enemy does not abandon attempts, unsuccessfully, to break through our defenses. Over the past 24 hours in the Tavria direction, the enemy carried out 27 airstrikes, carried out 49 combat clashes, and carried out 831 artillery shelling. 80% of them are in the Avdiivka and Maryanka directions, that is, the Donetsk region, said Stupin. There are also foot attacks. Ukrainian armed forces repel them and destroy Russian equipment. Stupin says that this attack on Avdiivka was expected. In his opinion, in this way Russia wants to encourage its people and military. The American Institute for the Study of War believes that the Kremlin is exaggerating the successes near Avdiivka and hiding losses during the assaults. They noticed that the most famous Russian military bloggers are closely associated with combatants and therefore do not give a complete picture of what is happening at the front. At the same time, American analysts came to the conclusion that over the past few days, the Russian army was able to occupy about 4.5 square kilometers of territory during the attack on Avdiivka. At the same time, the report notes that Russian forces have not made any serious breakthroughs in the Avdiivka area as of October 12 and are unlikely to be able to cut off Ukrainian forces in that city. In the Bakhmut sector, the Ukrainian army continues offensive operations near Klishchiivka and Andriivka. Ukrainian telegram channels write that the enemy has been driven back in the Ozeryanivka area. Western experts record the advance of the Russians on the northern flank of Bakhmut in the Bohdanivka area. The Russian offensive continues in the Kharkiv direction. According to the General Staff, in the Kupiansk sector, Ukrainian soldiers repelled 5 enemy attacks in the Sinkivka area and 8 attacks near Yevhenii. In the Lyman sector, the defense forces continue to hold back the enemy's advance in the areas of Makiivka, southwest of Kremenna, and in the Serebransky forestry, where our defenders repelled more than 5 enemy attacks. According to Ukrainian telegram channels, the Russians resumed offensive operations in the Kupiansk sector in the area of the Lyman Pershi. Also in the Lyman sector, the enemy continues to try to develop his success in the direction of Makiivka, where he has made some progress. Meanwhile, a Russian ship was burning in the Sevastopol roadstead today, local telegram channels reported and published photos and videos. According to their assessment, the small missile ship of the Bayan project, which is a carrier of cruise missiles, was smoking. Later, Ukrainian media, citing sources, reported that the Security Service of Ukraine and the Navy attacked the Russian missile carrier Bayan and the ship Pavel Derzhavin. According to them, the attack was carried out by some experimental weapons of sea drone Sea-Malyuk. It was also allegedly an attempt to strike the Alrosa submarine, but failed to hit it. Russian military telegram channels confirmed the Ukrainian attack on the Pavel Derzhavin ship. It is reported that he was attacked while leaving Sevastopol Bay. The ship received damage to the rudder group. A tugboat was sent to provide assistance, but it was also attacked. It is alleged that the ships remained on the move, but were damaged. The epicenter of the explosion was underwater. The Russians assumed that these are some kind of fully submersible unmanned boats. This allowed them to reach their goal undetected. Meanwhile, Russian attacks on Ukrainian energy this winter could be even larger than last year, Zelensky said. We assume that this winter Russia will try to repeat its terror tactics, only on a larger scale. It is important now to be prepared for any terrorist attacks, for any actions by Russia. We must withstand this battle. Air defense, namely the protection of our cities, our energy infrastructure and export corridors in the Black Sea, are key to winning the winter battle for Ukraine, the president said. British intelligence believes that Russia is accumulating missiles for attacks on the Ukrainian energy sector in the winter. The Russians have not launched massive missile strikes on Ukraine for 3 weeks, since September 21st. The last time such a break was from March 9th to April 28th, when Russia had few missiles after the winter campaign.
Friends, considering what is happening in my country, this channel is now my only source of income. If you are able to support me financially, I will be very grateful. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.